Elon Musk is like tweeting about Ferguson, the hashtag stay woke shit, which is like so minuscule, so marginal. You could easily make a joke about this, okay? Like the idea like of hashtag stay woke is a remnant of a bygone era. It's so transparent. It's so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just joke about it. But they take it so seriously that you can't even joke about it. Like, I want to dunk on liberals being fucking stupid. Okay, I like dunking on liberals being silly. Okay, being silly billies. But like conservatives, as always, take it so incredibly seriously. Like they make their entire life's mission this thing, like owning the fucking libs, right? That you can't have fun with that anymore at that point. You're taking our fun toys away. Stephen King says, pretty soon, the only advertiser left on Twitter will be My Pillow. Elon Musk says, oh, hi, lol. Is My Pillow actually a great pillow? Now I'm curious. Headline, Stephen King tweet causes My Pillow sales to skyrocket. Lamau. Bro, look at this. 12 hours. Like, anytime one of these guys, like Stephen King, like one of these, like, idolized libs that Elon Musk is, like, a fan of, you know what I mean? Anytime one of these dudes, like, says something even like a little mean about Elon Musk or about Twitter, he fucking loses it. Like he is so desperate for acceptance from everyone. Just a pathetically weak man, okay? And I get it. I have some pathetic weaknesses too. Similar to that, actually. I like being liked. Okay? I like being liked. I hate being hated. Okay? And it's hard, especially when you see people that are ostensibly on your side or people that you like or people that you think should like you. When they say like, fuck this guy, I hate him, you want to fix that. You're like, oh man. So I know what that desire, that burning desire looks like. And it stems from a place of insecurity. You know? That's it. Like it's an understandable desire to have, okay, but it just makes you look so fucking pathetic, dude. And he's also getting that like support from these motherfuckers. Hands Up, Don't Shoot is one of the biggest hoaxes to come of the American left in the last decade. The big lie that has inspired many to become radicalized and militant. True. Yeah. Hands Up, Don't Shoot. And like the momentum behind Black Lives Matter is actually built on a false premise, right? That like police brutality does not disproportionately impact black communities and black Americans. Totally. Just a falsehood. Yeah. Surprising that, you know, let's ask these guys. Let's ask these fucking right-wing propagandists about the truth behind, you know, movements like Black Lives Matter. It's just like social conditioning is so powerful. Okay. Social conditioning and like pre-existing structural inequalities that guide our social conditioning, that create our culture, is so fucking powerful that absolute morons can just say the most like transparently, idiotically false things. And other people will still turn around and be like, yeah, you know what? That is true. It sounds true to me, brother. And this is yet another instance of that. It's a super basic thing that like most people recognize at its core, is that like, yeah, there are, you know, there is a lot of racism within our criminal justice system. It is built like that it is by design. Like pretty basic shit. You don't have to get more complicated than like a lot of cops are racist. Like most people recognize that, okay? But even then, you still have, even then, people still can just go out and lie about this kind of thing. Right wing already attaching the hero of the Colorado shooting. Nice. That will seem super unhinged. Far right is calling the Club Q hero an Army veteran who tackled and disarmed the Colorado Springs shooter a groomer and an F word. His daughter's boyfriend was killed by the shooter, but the far right is already suggesting the mass shooting was staged. Okay, very nice. Very cool. I mean, these guys are real normal people, you know? But one last note on Elon. Okay? Other than, like, the whole idea behind, like, people claiming that BLM was built on false premises. You're insane. Obama's very own Department of Justice found that Ferguson and Baltimore and numerous other precincts around the country were literally in violation of civil rights in the routine corruption and the routine disproportionate targeting of marginalized communities that they engaged in. Okay? That's crazy. Imagine if Elon Musk were actually right-wing boogeyman these spoiled lefty journals pretend he is, and he decided to turn the tables and ban all left-wing fake news from Twitter. Who the fuck is this guy? This guy is notable in government. Nice. Kylenabecker. They always look like shit. Anyway, think I'm kidding? Most of these outlets are fake news machines. You can add AP's fake news report on the Russian rocket hitting Poland. That might as well be begging to start World War III. The most damaging fake news comes from the biggest corporate media outlets. Bro, here's the thing that I can never comprehend, okay? Here's the thing that I can never comprehend. The right deliberately and purposefully spreads nefarious propaganda that they know is false all the time. And then they equate mainstream media fucking up on stories, which happens quite frequently, okay? And the actual instances where mainstream news is actually manufacturing consent, okay, deliberately, and that is, I would consider to be fucking fake news from mainstream media, manufacturing consent, with a whole bunch of shit that is real. And also petty grievances like Trump's overfed koi fish in Japan. Yeah, the biggest lie of all, Trump overfed koi fish in Japan. You know, that could have started World War III. And then dummies who don't understand what I'm saying will then turn around and say, Hasan defends neoliberal media. No, man, of course not. Of course not. I just mentioned in my conversation that there are plenty of instances where mainstream media deliberately fucking manufactures consent. Lies. Okay? When it comes to conversations around things that are targeting centers of power, capital, or when it comes down to America's State Department interests, right? America's foreign interests, America's military industrial complex's interests, the mainstream media is in unison, okay? There are also instances where they go overboard on a particular narrative. Jesse Smollett was one of them. The Covington kids was like, not that big of, like, it wasn't like a lie or anything, but they definitely went ham on a bunch of fucking kids. The COVID lab leak was a conspiracy theory. It fucking literally still is. It's a theory, just like zoonotic spread is, but the more likely one is still, from what I understand, at least according to scientists, the zoonotic spread theory. I love that mainstream media also is the one that has promoted that it was a lab leak potentially. So, you know, that's a thing that mainstream media also did. That's what mainstream media does. Cover the news. But as far as like actual like wrong information, does MSM tend to get things wrong from time to time? Absolutely. Of course they do. Everyone does. No one is above it. But when they actually get things wrong, at least they fucking correct themselves. Sometimes they might get horny on an incorrect narrative and just like follow an incorrect narrative. But ultimately, they still fucking correct themselves. Meanwhile, the right and you know, this guy worked at OAN and he's a producer for Fox News, Newsmax, and OAN and Blaze TV, talking about narratives. This man's entire job, his entire purpose is to get things wrong on purpose. Okay? Like, you're literally getting things wrong on purpose, brother. Oh, by the way, Chad Loder, friend of the show, an outspoken anti-fascist activist in Los Angeles, has been suspended. A lot of far-right accounts have been restored, while simultaneously a lot of anarchist and anti-fascist accounts have all gotten clapped. Straight up clapped. This comes amid a recent wave of restorations of far-right accounts and the open mulling of a blanket statement of all banned accounts by Twitter CEO Elon Musk. Yeah. They also took down another anti-fascist club that was literally operating as a defense. Chad's recent tweets and the replies. Chad was recently posting about other leftist accounts being suspended without notice. This is false. Twitter has permanently banned DDO secrets so completely that you can't even tweet a link to their website. False. Twitter has permanently banned dozens of prominent anti-fascist and anarchist collectives, Jewish Worker, the Base BK, and Rev Abolition. Yeah. They're clamping down on like everyone that they consider to be a leftist. Honest question, what would the line be for Twitter would have to cross before you personally quit using it? I mean, as long as I can still stay on it, I will probably still use it. What do you mean? I feel like leftists kind of dropped the ball on the whole ivermectin thing, though. Ivermectin is a routinely prescribed medication by doctors. We kind of went anti-science for that one for the memes. Wait, what? No, we didn't. What the fuck? You're this far into the shit and you're still claiming that ivermectin was a successful strategy for COVID? No one fucking thinks that ivermectin doesn't work for worms. Ivermectin for humans is for parasites. Yes, but unless you have been swimming in a fucking river in Africa, you're probably not going to need ivermectin. It is certainly not a internationally, it is not considered a legitimate cure for COVID. That is just a fundamental truth, okay? It has been fact-checked a million times over. That is crazy to me. I didn't mean it's effective. Wait, what? But that's what they were saying. People were shitting on the right, claiming that ivermectin was an effective cure for COVID, when it was proven time and time again. Numerous studies were conducted on it, and everyone openly recognized in the scientific community that it was fucking not effective for COVID. Leftists were saying it's not even a real medication prescribed by doctors. Okay, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about, but I don't really care. I and many others were making fun of ivermectin as a horse dewormer because people were going to Petco and literal fucking veterinarians so they could get horse dewormer, so much so that they had to fucking make sure that you had to provide proof that you had a horse so you could get the fucking paste for your horse. They literally were limiting the quantities that you could purchase ivermectin in because people were buying it and then eating it. There were entire Facebook groups dedicated to people consuming the paste that was for the animals with, like, you know, apple flavoring and numerous other kinds of flavorings for ivermectin, talking about how, like, the consumption is really hard, but hey, listen, I put a little bit of butter on a piece of toast and, you know, it goes down real easy. There were numerous examples of this. It's okay. You were informed. I'm just explaining it for you and everyone else. But there were numerous other examples of this as well. False cures are very commonplace for you know, mass, your uncle wants to bang non-binary, lol. Your uncle plus horses. Your uncle wants to bang equine. What? This, dude. If you're a 45-year-old divorced dad who is still fucking, you know, trafficking 4chan poll memes, honestly, do everyone a favor and log the fuck off. Okay, you can take some additional steps beyond that, but like, there is a reason. I'm 25 loser. Oh God, that's still pathetic, bro. You are literally at least 14 years too old to be fucking making memes like this. Lamau triggered. Oh my God, this dude wants to be 2016, 2015 so bad. Brother, that's a bygone era. The halcyon days of people like yourself are over. All of you motherfuckers look exactly like this, okay? Here. That poster, you know it. You're pushing 30, big man. Time to drop it. Time to drop the lol, you're triggered shit. We know what you look like in broad daylight, okay? We know what you look like. We know what you freaks look like every fucking time, brother. We know what you are. We know who you are. We know what you look like. We know what you believe. Every single fucking time. It's David DePape, Paul Pelosi, not Paul DePape, whatever. Fucking, yeah, you're right. Paul Pelosi and David DePape. The PP. Did you guys ban that guy? Because I want to hear what his response is to this dude. Anyone that brings up the Young Turks for any reason, really, he's washed. Sorry. I'm sorry to report this, but you're washed. Okay? Those memes are so fucking old. Like, you had to dust off a fucking floppy disk to be able to pull those out of your ass. Can you talk about how the shooter in Colorado claiming he's non-binary and how it doesn't matter? I'm sure there are some probably even in here that it does. Oh, that's why they're saying. So I don't know what that is, but the shooter said that they were non-binary or something. Is that what it is? You need to talk about the non-binary shooter fella. Don't be a little rat scurrying away from the story now that it isn't favorable for you, and stop crying about losing control of Twitter. You sound like your horse-loving uncle now. Yikes. And being this dumb still land a job via diversity hires. Oh, man. Bro, I gotta say something, dude. The whole like diversity hire narrative, dude, I'm looking at your fucking receipts right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason why you're unhireable is the same reason why you're unfuckable. Because you're a pathetic fucking basement dwelling loser, bro. That's what it is. Like, this is it. Like, you see what I'm saying? You're like extremely online. You're fucking deranged. It's not good for your mental health. I know you're still in here. I know you got banned, but you're still in here. I'm going to keep it real with you, dude. Take a shower. Go hit the fucking weights. Stay the fuck away from online forums. You are literally the same as the fucking Paul Pelosi attacker. Okay? You're in those same communities. I'm letting you know right now. You're in those same exact fucking communities. It's not good for you. You are going to continue becoming more and more manic. But you can change. Okay? Plenty of people have, and you can change as well. Yeah, triggered, bro. Fucking triggered you. Take care of your mental health. Maybe you'll be able to get some fucking friends eventually. Okay? Will Nevis Steve-O for theater kids? That's great. Their lawyer is lying about the shooter being non-binary to spread a false narrative, and some Twitter leftists are falling for obvious misdirection. I don't give a fuck if the person is non-binary or not, dude. Oh, man. I can't believe the shooter that did a fucking anti-LGBT hate crime was non-binary. I guess now that means they can't be fucking anti-LGBT. That's wild.